Hello everybody, this is Wormlight Tarot. Welcome to today's reading for October 2021. We will be looking at the energies of your life in general, your love life and relationships, as well as your career/studies. As usual, this is a general reading, so only take in those messages that resonate with you and leave out the rest, okay? So without further ado, let's start with these piles of cards here. I will introduce them and then I will give you a little bit of time to see which one you feel most drawn to, okay? So pile number 1, we have Blue Lace Agate as a marker here. In this light you can see the color in a very beautiful way. Pile 2, this is Rainbow Fluorite. The light makes it a bit more purple than what it is in real life, but I'm sure you can still see that it's absolutely gorgeous. And then the last one, if I'm not mistaken, this is Labradorite. It's more kind of green and translucent, pearl-like in daylight. It's not as purple or blue as it looks like in this light. If you want to refer to these crystals or gemstones, look at the thumbnail. The picture over there is a bit more accurate, okay? And regarding the decks used, this one is the Quantum Tarot deck, Star Spinner Tarot deck, and Herbcrafter Tarot deck. Okay, so now I will give you about 10 seconds to look at these piles of cards and see which one you feel most drawn to. If you need more time than that, feel free to pause the video, okay? So, hello everyone who chose pile number 1 with this piece of Blue Lace Agate. And here are your cards. Let's have a look what they tell us today. So the first 2 cards that I pulled for you to represent the initial energies and kind of like how you're starting the month of October. They're these cards that I pulled from the Supra Oracle card deck, Stillness and Water. And you can use these cards to kind of see whether this reading is meant for you. So if you resonate with this message, I feel like this month's reading is possibly meant for you. However, of course, you're in any case welcome to hear the reading in case there are other messages besides what is apparent in these 2 cards here. So I feel like October comes for you after a period of turbulence. Maybe there was some sort of emotional or spiritual turbulence, and now you're just kind of figuring things out and you just want peace and quiet. I feel like for some of you have to make that happen. Like you just really have to be this person here, you know, stilling these waters, making them stand still, kind of within yourself, as within relationships, kind of like, I love you, but I need some space for myself. I need tranquility and peace and quiet, like that. So some sort of emotional turbulence possibly, and now you're just like really over that. The next cards that I pulled represent your life in general this month. So we have the Five of Cups, the Fool, and the Hermit. So I'm feeling like you are starting your month feeling kind of pessimistic and disappointed about something. Like maybe the situation here, it didn't turn out the way you want, or it was just too much for you, and now you're feeling kind of pessimistic about things. It wasn't what you thought it would be, but you are starting this new path now. You have decided, or perhaps you will decide, to start this new journey. We have the Fool here, which stands for a new path in your life. It's possible that it's an emotional path or just a new path in general in life. Like it could be something on the physical realm as well, like starting a new career, even things like that. New going back to school, or starting a new relationship, or just turning a new leaf in your life, like wanting to change everything. I feel like this time you just know that you want to be calm and collected and wise on this new journey. So you are kind of learning more about yourself and turning within to discover all that wisdom within yourself to go forward. Okay? Then let's look at your cards for your love life. So we have the Eight of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, and the Magician here. I feel like either you are focused on your work or perhaps on your self-development. You're very dedicated to this work that you do. I feel like if you are, maybe that's the case for you if you are single, but if you are partnered, I feel like maybe one of you is really kind of like focused on their work or on themselves, and the other person in the relationship is feeling quite lonely and neglected and unsupported. Or it's also possible that if you're single, you're kind of focusing on the, kind of like your work, the external things in life, while inside you're feeling kind of broken. But in that case, the Hermit has these wise, loving energies that you should rely on. Wise is really the word that is important here. It's not like intelligence, it's not really nurturing, it's like wisdom. It's really tapping into that wisdom, kind of like ancient wisdom within yourself. Maybe what has happened here, this disappointment, this emotional turbulence, I feel like it could be something that is reflected here. Maybe you are disappointed in some aspect of your relationship or your dating life. Maybe it hasn't been as fulfilling as you hoped it would be, so you turn to work. You still feel pretty broken inside, but I feel like you are able to overcome it, because then we have the Magician here, which also again represent a new beginning. So we have the Fool and the Magician. To me, both of them are they represent a new start, so something that hasn't really yet happened, but there is a lot of potential. And I feel like on this new path, like I said, you know what you want, and you want these new things to be kind of in depth, and you want them to reflect who you are as a person. So not only the external things about yourself, but things internal to you. So that's in your love life, but also in your life in general. Okay? And then I pulled 3 cards to represent your career or studies, projects, whatever you do in your daily life, for financial reasons or to feel fulfilled in life. So we have the Three of Cups, the King of Pentacles, and Five of Swords here. So I feel like your career is quite fulfilling socially and financially. Maybe you are in a leadership position, you are in charge of something, or you are just feeling quite confident in what you do in your career. I think there is like a sense of abundance or wellness or wealth that you feel in this sector of your life. However, there are some disagreements. We have the Five of Swords here, so that could be like arguments among co-workers or just different ideas about how to do things. So it could be also a challenge that you are feeling over here, like what I said about like emotional and spiritual disturbance. So maybe while you seem to enjoy your job or your studies, it's not all perfect, but all in all, I feel like it's maybe not such a big thing for you. Like, I feel like it comes almost as an afterthought here, kind of like, by the way, like everything's great, but there's some minor negative things going on in your career. Could be some kind of like a power play situation, since this card is about like winners and losers, kind of like egoic play. But I feel like you are over that. We have the Hermit, which is very introspective and a very spiritual character. So I feel like you are over this situation, like you are just done and ready to move on and just enjoy life, enjoy your career or studies, whatever it is that you are doing in your daily life. And lastly, I pulled 2 cards for advice. So first we have Wheel of Fortune and Sageness from the Supra Oracle card deck. So I feel like with the Wheel of Fortune here, I feel like there has been some external changes in your life, like ups and downs, things that you haven't been able to control. So it could be that what I said about maybe your love life or your relationship have been disappointing or haven't gone as you wish they would go. or there have been some disagreements at work. So it's kind of like, it's a part of life that is really outside of our control. So sometimes things go well, sometimes things don't go that well. So I feel like that is what has been happening in your life. So you shouldn't really put yourself down if you've been feeling down and depressed or things like that, because it's all a part of life. And sometimes, when the feel of fortune, when it hits you, it's like it takes you up, and sometimes it takes you down. So I feel like in some parts of your life it has taken you down, and some other parts of your life it has taken you up, since there are a lot of like good cards, like beautiful cards in the mix, with a few challenging cards as well. And then with the sageness, it has a similar vibe as the hermit here. So like when you tap into that inner wisdom, like nothing can shake your world when you have that, that inner strength and self-knowledge and wisdom. I think that's the kind of like the biggest takeaway from this whole reading. So whatever is going on in your life, you shouldn't let it, shake you up too much. You gotta tap into yourself and find that inner sage, and you will be fine in October. Okay? So, part number 1, that was your reading. I hope that it was beneficial to you and that you will have a lovely October. So if you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask me. And if you feel called to do so, please like and comment. I always appreciate it. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Your support means a lot to me. So thank you so much for tuning in. Till next time, bye bye. So hello everyone who chose pile 2 with rainbow fluorite. Here are your cards, so let's look at what they tell us today. So the first cards that I pulled are from the Supra Oracle card deck. So we have nothing and individuation here. So these cards represent the initial energies and kind of like how you're starting the month of October. So please check if you resonate with these cards, because that could mean that this reading is meant for you. Of course, even if you don't resonate with these cards, you are welcome to listen to the whole reading in case there are other important messages in there, okay? So I feel like you are starting the month of October from a blank slate, a completely new beginning. For some of you, it may have been a very destructive process, like let's say a divorce or a breakup or a job loss. And for others, maybe it was a very creative process, like a new career. Like maybe you quit your job and now you are starting something entirely new in your life, in your career sector. And I feel like you are being very assertive about this new path of yours. There is more clarity on who you are and who you want. You are really kind of like, it is clear for you. You have a sword here. So that's like mental energy, but it's also like communication with other people. So I feel like you are letting other people know as well who you are. So next, let's look at the cards that I pulled to represent your life in general in October. So we have 2 of Wands, 7 of Wands, and 9 of Pentacles here. So I feel like you are planning this new stage in your life. You are kind of trying to decide like what's the right path for you, how to go on about it. I feel like it also involves fighting to get where you want to be. Like maybe you even have to defend your position, or you just have to kind of like fight to get to the top. But you definitely have the will to achieve this success. Maybe you're already on your way there, or you will start working on it in October. I feel like it will be quite successful for you because we have this card that is represent like wealth that has been earned like independently and self-sufficiently. So I feel like that is your MO. Like you want to go to places on your own. You want to be in charge of yourself. You want to do it independently. And you are on your way to success, or the end of October will be quite successful for you on this front. Okay. Let's look at the energies for your love life. So we have the Five of Swords, the Chariot, and Four of Pentacles here. So I feel like in this sector we can see the kind of like the dark side of like individuality, of you kind of like fighting for yourself, fighting for your path. Because as soon as I saw these cards, I just like the words that popped into my head were control issues. So I feel like your love life here, kind of like your sense of self, your ego, it wants everything done in a certain way. So it's all about your opinion or your way of doing things. You want to be the one who wins. Like if there are arguments, you want to be the one who wins. And if there are differences of opinion, your opinion is the correct one. So that could be you. I feel like it is you because it kind of goes well together with the theme of individuation. So maybe you want to kind of like set yourself apart from your partner or the people that you are dating, or maybe you're not even like interested in love life at the moment, or you are dating people and you're not really seeing these people that you are dating as a person. These cards, they just really kind of like spontaneity. There's a lot of like control, a bit of like stagnant energy here. It's funny because the Chariot is a card of victory. And then it might be that you win an argument or something like that with your partner, or if you're dating someone new, you feel victorious. But it's a very hollow victory. Because what I'm seeing here, like alone this card would be like quite a positive card. Maybe not the best one for a relationship reading, but it's a pretty good card. But then we have the card of arguments and conflicts here, and a card of like stagnant energy of holding too tight. So yeah, like I said, control issues. That's what I'm seeing in your love life for October. So that could be, I was talking about you, but it could also be your partner if you feel like that resonates more with you. And then the cards that I pulled for your career are the Sun, Seven of Chalices, and the Eight of Pentacles. So I just immediately think of success here on your career sector. I feel like it is something that opens new doors for you, makes you dream of bigger and better things. You're not exactly sure what's in store for you, but you know you're pretty happy about it, and I feel like it takes you, this career path that you are on, it takes you to a place where you feel like your purpose in life is getting fulfilled, or your sense of self really gets to blossom, and you are really dedicated and committed to your work, to this career path, or if you're a student, to your studies. You are really kind of taking it seriously. And I kind of feel like this whole process here, what I was telling you about, you kind of planning things and being purposeful about who you are, fighting to get, you know, where you want to go, fighting to get to the top. I feel like it could be about your career, and I feel like it requires a lot of work, but you're kind of happy to do it, and you're kind of like happy to do it for yourself, to create a better future for yourself. And there is the potential for a huge success on this field, because I'm seeing a lot of cards like individuality. We have the Sun, which is the card of the self. We have the Knight of Pentacles. She's a very independent, self-sufficient person. We have the Seven of Wands, who's really fighting to get to the top. We have this individuation card. We have the Chariot, you know, who's fighting for victory. And we also have like a lot of cards for success, like the Chariot. Like I said, it's a victorious card. And we have the Sun. It's a card of success as well, and a card of abundance and wealth. So yeah, there's really like this fighting that you are doing to get ahead in life. It's probably, like I said, in your career. For some of you it could be something else, but I feel like for most of you it could be like career, studies, projects, things like that. And yeah, like I said, cards of success, individuality, cards for like fighting to get where you want to go. Lots of powerful cards here in the mix for October. The only thing is that this energy is not that suitable for your love life. So if you have a partner or you're dating someone, maybe think things through in that sector. Like I feel like you might feel like you are kind of like winning and, you know, getting ahead in your love life, but these two cards here tell me that that's not the case exactly. Like there are like conflicted energy and kind of like stagnant energy in the mix, so don't be that sure about your love life in October. Be a bit more soft about it, I would say. Lastly, I pulled some advice cards. One from the tarot deck and the other from the oracle card deck. So we have the Emperor and Threshold. So I definitely feel like you are on the precipice of creating something new in your life. So it really makes sense to have this energy here, you fighting for it. Like if you want to change your conditions, go for it. I feel like October is a great month to do that. And the Emperor just tells me that you gotta be logical about it. Maybe make like a 1-year plan or a 5-year plan or things like that. Like act like an emperor who's leading their empire or act like a CEO running their business. So really be smart about it, be logical about it, be unemotional about it. I don't know if unemotional is the right word, but you do what you have to do. So yeah, I feel like it is a great month for career growth, progress in your studies, progress in your purpose in life, anything that you just want to create. There's a lot of like positive energy for that in the month of October. And so pile number 2, that was your reading. I really hope that it was beneficial to you. If you have any questions or comments, leave me a comment in the comment box and I will get back to you. Also, if you feel called to do so, like this video or comment anything if you feel called to do so, and subscribe if you haven't done that already. I always appreciate your support, gets these videos going. So thank you so much again for tuning in, and till next time. Hello everyone who chose Labradorite with cards pulled from the Herbcrafter tarot deck. Before we get to the tarot cards, let's look at these oracle cards that I pulled from the Supra oracle card deck. So these cards represent the initial energies as the month of October begins. So we have Moon and Primordial here. So I feel like past influences, or your past in general, is a huge thing in the month of October. You are really just going back to the basics of who you are as a person. And it depends on your level of awareness, how this whole thing goes, how this whole month goes. So it could be a rough experience for you if you are not really familiar with the shadow side of yourself, or on the other hand, on the kind of like the light side of yourself. But it can also be a healing process if you are like familiar with your psychology, with your like past history, things like that. All this, it can be about like past experiences, like bad things that have happened, like fears, anxieties, but it can also be about like positive things, like who you are deep down as a person. So it could be like both negative and positive, or one or the other. But whatever it is, it kind of takes you very deep into who you are as a person. Okay. So next, I pulled 3 cards to represent your life in general in October. So we have the Emperor, 9 of Wands, and Ace of Swords. Here they are like 9 of Fire and Ace of Air, but for clarity I will be using the traditional kind of tarot names, okay? The Emperor tells me that you are the ruler of your life. You just really have everything under control, and I feel like you are really working hard and just making things happen. You're just pushing yourself to the edge even. Maybe you are kind of like working on your career, kind of like an emperor, or it could be that you are working for your life in general, like all aspects of your life. You just have it under control, and you want to go to places, so that's why you are pushing it, and you are not really ready to give up. The Ace of Swords, Ace of Air here tells me that this whole process is a victorious one for you. There could be like new ideas, new inspirations, new communications, like maybe you receive communication from somebody who's ready to start a business with you, or you just have this great idea about how to proceed in your career, or in how to solve a problem, or things like that. So you're really like pushing it, but I feel like it will take you to places. Okay. Next, I pulled cards for your love life. We have the Seven of Pentacles, Justice, and Two of Pentacles. And these cards tell me that I feel like things will remain the same for you in the month of October as they have been in the previous month. There is steady progress ahead, but you're not really sure how things will go on the long term. And I feel like you are balancing different areas of your life. Like it could be that on one hand you have a partner, maybe kids, or you're dating someone, and then on the other hand you have this like big business venture, or you know, your studies or your projects, whatever it is that you are working on here. So you're just kind of balancing between those things. I feel like the Justice just tells us like how you treat others, or how you have treated others in the past. It kind of like takes you where you are today. So the Seven of Pentacles is all about like progress and planting the seeds. So I feel like at this point the process is still happening. Like, let's say that you didn't have time for your love life in the past month or the past months, you will see that reflected in your life in the month of October. And then again, if you like really put some work into your love life, like if you're single, you went out and you like dated a lot of people, or you found someone that you are interested in and you put energy into that, that is what you will see in your life in October. Or if your love life has been going on great, that is what is happening in October. So like the past is reflected to the present moment, and kind of like what you are doing in the present moment then gets reflected to the future. Okay, so I feel like that is what's happening here. However, if you are seeking justice for something, or have been seeking justice for something, I feel like justice is yours very soon in October, or like very soon after that. But it does require patience on your behalf. Like things are coming to fruition, but you know, it's not really the time for anything drastic to happen at this point. It's like I said, it's a steady progress. Okay. And then I pulled cards to represent your career, or your studies, your projects, things like that. We have 10 of Swords, 2 of Swords, and 6 of Wands here. The 10 of Swords tells me that you are feeling pretty exhausted. It could be that this work that you are doing here, it is just really pushing you to the edge, and maybe you are even like ready to let go, ready to cut some excess energies from your career. Also, I feel like to do that, first you need to be ready to face some truths about things that are no longer working for you. Like this excess energy here. Like you have to kind of face the facts and see what is working, what is not working. Like maybe if there's a project that is taking all your time and it's not fulfilling you, it's not financially beneficial, then it's, time to make some decisions. Maybe choose to leave that project. Or if you are really just feeling exhausted in your career, in your job, you want change, you have to make some decisions, like should you leave that career, should you leave that job, or maybe there's some improvements that you could do in your career. However, then we have this card of success, the 6 of Wands, 6 of Fire in this case. It's a card of like celebrating your achievements and doing that in a way that everyone knows, like everybody is celebrating with you. So I kind of feel like even though there are like these harsh energies of like feeling kind of exhausted, really working hard and pushing it, in the end there is success for you. So it could be like a successful business idea, or it could be just you deciding to start something new in your life, like quitting your job and you have a new job lined up for you straight away. Things like that. So I kind of feel like, I don't know, these cards have like these very muted colors here. But this card, it just really brings you to life. So yeah, I do feel like October for you ends in success. Kind of depends who you are and where you are in life, what that success is for you. But it will make you really happy. Lastly, I pulled some advice cards. One from the tarot deck and the other from the oracle card deck. So we have the Ace of Wands, Ace of Fire in this case, and Intuition here. As soon as I pulled these cards, I feel like they really go well together with the Six of Wands here, because the Ace of Wands is all about like inspiration and creativity. So it's like this potential, excitement, like this rush of energy that comes into your life, and you just need to take that energy and mold it into something that you want to achieve. So I feel like in this case it's possible that it happens in your career or in your studies, in your projects. And the intuition here just, asks you to follow your intuition. Like a new path is opening for you, a new, more joyful path. And you are really asked to trust your inner being. Like we have the moon and primordial energies here. So I feel like it is something that is kind of like, it is deep within you. Like a path that you want to follow. We have a few aces in the mix and 2 2s here. So yeah, that tells me of new beginnings, but also decisions that probably need to be made. Maybe not in October yet, but soon. But there's definitely this fresh energy in your life in the month of October. Yeah, so that was your reading, part 3. I hope that it was interesting and beneficial to you. If you feel called to do so, please like and comment. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comments section. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do that. I always appreciate the support and it always helps my videos. and you will be able to stay up to date with my newest videos. I post 1 or 2 videos each week and do monthly and seasonal readings. So yeah, thank you again for tuning in. I hope you have a great October. Till next time, bye bye.